In this segment, we are going to look at adding users and resetting passwords because they are both done from the same screen. So in your left-hand navigation, you're going to click on the users link, then you're going to click on user list. You will see a list of all the people that you have access to, and then you will see this new user button. You want to click on that to add the user. All of the required fields are in light blue, so you'll need to fill all of them in. You're going to put in the first name, the last name, the username, which is an email address. The initial password is welcome1, that's a capital W and ELCOME, and then the number 1. The reason that we use that password is because that is what's on the email that goes out to the new user that you create. So if you don't put that on the email, then they're going to get an email that has some incorrect information, and that's going to be confusing. So the initial password will always be welcome1. You're going to enter it where it says password. You're going to confirm that, type it in again, and then you're going to check the box to require the password to be changed on the next login. So for their first time, they will have to change the password when they log in. Then you're going to enter the email address. Now this can be the same email address as the username, or it can be a different email address. This is changeable at any time. So maybe somebody wants to use their work email for their username, but they want to use their personal email to be contacted, because that's the email that's going to get the notices from Relias when courses have been assigned and when they're about to be due. The next required course is your organization, so you're going to type it in just the way it appears in your hierarchy. And then you're going to choose from your organization all the different departments that you've created. So you're going to put somebody in a department. If you're using job titles in your organization or actual departments in your organization, that's fine. You can put them in. The user category is the next required field, and this is the list of DDDS job codes that we created together. And as we create new job codes, if we create new job codes, we can just add them to this list, or we can change what we have here. The one thing I do want to call out is that there is a job code in here for DSAM, that's the Division of Substance Abuse and Mental Health. Because DDDS is sharing this system with DSAM, they don't use job codes, but they needed something to put in this field since we made it a requirement, and so that is why we created that for them, and they are the only ones that will use that user category. If you want to be able to designate your user locations, if we find that we need to have some custom fields, we have 3 fields as a system, as a group, that we can customize. So if we need to be able to call out some other kind of information, we can do that. There is report function attached to all of these things, but none of them are required. The next required field is the hire date, so you're going to put in the hire date. When you need to inactivate somebody, you're going to come in and put in a termination date, but we're hoping that doesn't happen often. Then you need to decide if the person is going to have full access or restricted access. We really don't have many people with restricted access, so but that would be if you only want them to be able to see certain kinds of courses, courses that are associated with a certain license or certificate. And then you have to answer the elective access question. Do you want them to be able to self-enroll, or do you not want them to be able to self-enroll in Relias courses and live events? So once you have filled in all of those fields, you're going to scroll back up and click Save, and you will have created a user. If you try to enter a name that already exists, you will see this error message, and if you see this error message, what you need to do is email that person's name and the email address that they gave you to the DDDS OPD resource mailbox, and let us know that you're having problems, and we will be able to look that person up, find out what organization they already exist in, and either transfer them to your hierarchy or add you to them or them to you so that you will be able to see them. And that is all there is to adding a user. So to change the password, again, all you need to do is come to the user list and the user that you want to look at, whose password you need to reset. And you're going to come in here to the password field and type in welcome1 and confirm it. Type it in again and then click the button. And when you click save, they will get an email that their password has been reset. And if they don't get an email, then you can tell them that it's welcome1. But if you want to, after you've created the user, if they have a valid email address, you can come up here and just click this button and they will get an email that says this is your login information from Relias, and it will also provide them the link to get directly to the Relias login portal that is assigned to the Department of Health and Social Services. And that is all there is to adding a user and to resetting a password.